Hey guys, hello there. So today I'll be showing you guys this nice sketchbook. I've been actually using this sketchbook for a while, and I actually made this sketchbook, and the cover you see here is actually a cutout out of a newspaper, and I just stuck it and just painted all along the cutout. And the cover you see here, it's actually a scrapbook paper. The separate colored paper you get, those are really like thick. You call it a cardstock kind of a paper. And then I actually folded the A4 size paper, 70 GSM paper, folded it and just made this sketchbook. And you can see the binding here. I've actually binded this sketchbook myself. And I actually used to see my dad do this kind of binding when I was a kid. My dad used to like bring those loose sheets for me to practice maths in it, and he actually used to like bind. I literally used to use thread as binding those pages. So I just thought, why not do it for a sketchbook? I just wanted to try it for myself. It was just a trial. It's not that I didn't want to buy a sketchbook. It was just something I wanted to try, something new. And you can see the paper is like just a normal cardstock paper there. So the first page is, you can see I've actually used the Camlin brush pen set, the 5 set that comes. And I actually have used sketchbooks previously, but officially like since I started out my channel, was my second sketchbook. And you can see there I've used highlights for the orange color you see there, and those are the orange highlights. And yeah, moving on with the next page. This is something I got inspired by this YouTube artist Jacqueline De Leon, and she does this amazing girl sketches. And at that point of time I was actually inspired by that, like her sketches. And I've actually used peach color from my watercolor set of Camlin Artist Watercolor. So yeah, and the brush pen you see there, blue outline, is actually from the Camlin brush pen set. And I've definitely added the date there, you can see on the lower part of the page. And I like the way it has turned out overall. Not like okay, I have okay feelings about this painting. And the next sketch, this one is, I actually saw this. I actually drawn this from a reference picture of Pinterest, and I've just modified her dress a little bit here and there. The silver lines there, and I mean the white areas you see, those are, I've done it with silver sketch pen and just added some background for green like circles, just to make it look a bit nicer. And the next sketch you see here is actually the sketch of a girl. I've again used a reference picture for this, and this was also even inspired. And you can see the lip color, the white color on the lips. It is actually a whitener used for highlighting, and I love the way the whole portrait looks. And I really like the tattoos. I've done it with the Faber-Castell color pencil, and you can see the date there. I did paint it, like drew it the next day. And this next is, I was actually trying out some perspective drawing, but I was very bad. Like, I didn't like the way it is turned out to be. Though I like the background, but overall, I don't really like this picture. I don't know why, but it didn't turn out to be the way I wanted it to be. So this is on 4th February, I think. Yeah, February, I think 4th February. 4th, no, 4th March. Yeah, March. I think I drew it on March. So you see, it's from the month of March this year, and you can see I was so regular with this sketchbook. And this one is again inspired by, I think I saw this kind of girl somewhere, like the portrait of a curly girl. You can definitely, if you don't have a Pinterest account, you can go and Google with like Google search girl close up or girl portrait or girl in photo shoot, something like that, and you'll get amazing pictures. And there's this page, I'll tell you later, on Instagram, which is amazing for drawing a girl sketches if you want to practice sketches. And overall, I thought this one turned out nice. So this is again, I saw this YouTuber artist Lee Alexin. If you are familiar with her, she draws this amazing, like she paints these blobs and it turns out to be an animal in the end. You won't actually know what she's drawing until you see the videos of her till the end. So that is what I was trying to do, but it didn't turn out to be like hers. I actually messed this red panda sketch. So yeah, so this is something I really like. I actually drew this pigeon. Actually, this pigeon had made a nest in my kitchen area, like the shelf of the kitchen area. And I was actually so close to this pigeon. This pigeon was actually staring at me, and this pigeon was like looking after his egg and sitting on his egg, and he didn't even fly. Like, I was so close to that pigeon, and this pigeon didn't fly, and I actually painted the whole time, and he was sitting there constantly, so that was a plus point. I could actually draw him properly. So this is the first painting when I actually started noticing that I'm actually good at drawing birds, and I really love the way it is turned out to be. So yeah, moving on. This is the I remember I took a class on Skillshare by Yasmin Creates on how to draw food illustrations, like cute food illustration, and I drew this out of like from the class. She does this amazing classes. You should definitely check her out. She does have a YouTube page, but she actually focuses more on her Skillshare classes, so you can actually check out a page on Skillshare. And I do have a print of this on my shop. If you guys want this, you can definitely check out the description box below. And this is something I did. I went to this rural area, and so this is how a watercolor, a Camlin watercolor would look like if you use it on a printer paper or a normal paper, any paper. So if you want to like use watercolor to its best, use a watercolor paper instead of a normal paper. So this is how the wash of watercolor would look like. It would look like pathetic, and you can see here. So if you want to use a washed out, if you want to draw skies and scenery and washed out effect, go for a watercolor paper rather than a plain paper or a plain paper sketchbook. Like just see the thickness of the paper. If the paper is thicker than a normal printer paper, it's good to go for a watercolor sketchbook. If you don't have a watercolor sketchbook, like go for a paper thicker than a printer paper. You can check the thickness by feeling the paper. So this is just a blundered up sketch. I don't know what I was feeling. I just moving on. So this is a sketch. I really loved the way it has turned out. I was actually feeling like floaty kind of an effect. I don't know if floaty is a word, but I was actually feeling that way on that day. So I just drew it. I drew what I felt. So just a random sketch of what I was feeling. And then I left this page blank. I don't know why I left this blank. So yeah, now I know. I actually left this blank because I did a character, how to design a character. I actually did a video on this one too. I think it has been so long I did this sketch. And yeah, that is why I left this page. And this is where I actually bought a Faber-Castell pencil, the one that has many colors. The set of I think 32 or 24, and I was not able to blend this color. Oh my god, I was actually thinking that it would be like comparable to Prismacolor, but no, it doesn't blend at all. I just tried my best. If you guys know how to blend pencil colors from Faber Castle. Please leave a suggestion. And this is another sketch I did of Dory, Finding Nemo. There was this character named Dory, and I loved the way his eyes looks. And this is also a place where I actually tried blending in the colors, but it didn't turn out to be the way I wanted it to be. I don't know how. Somehow these colors, like, they just are so stubborn that they don't want to blend with each other. I don't know why. So again, I left these two pages, and then so this is the perfect, like, the first bird illustration, like after the pigeon one. This was the serious bird illustration I did, and from here I actually started discovering that I'm actually good at bird illustration. I didn't knew beforehand. So if you guys want to try, like, want to know what sketches are you good at, you should explore everything. Even I'm actually good at landscaping, like landscape paintings, and I actually came to know about that after sketching. So you can see I've named the, like, down the names of the bird I've drawn in sequence. I'll show you guys in the next pages sequentially. And yeah, I've done a bird illustration series on my channel. You can definitely check out that playlist on my channel. And yeah, you might like that series because they are only, like, I've only done illustration on birds. So yeah, definitely don't forget to check that out. And moving on with this, this is a really nice flamingo, and I really like the way it is turned out. I've actually used watercolor for these bird illustration, and you can see how nicely the watercolors have turned out. There is a little bit of buckling of paper, but not much. And you can achieve this kind of effect by using a very little amount of color with a little amount of water, or you can use a tissue paper for dabbing off the excess water. And I would definitely say that what using water brush pens is better than using normal synthetic brushes. So that really helped for me personally. So that is what I wanted to tell you guys, that water brush pens personally are something I like using, something because they are like very nice and portable, first of all, and secondly they are nice for controlling water. And yeah, I use the Kabir Art water brush pens, like the from the brand. I think you can find it on Amazon. So you can see here the buckling is there, but not much. So this next piece is of bullfinch, and this one really turned out to be really nice, and I like the way it looks, and it's really nice to see. Like, I was really happy after drawing 2 3 bird illustrations that I could actually draw these. I actually showed this to some of my friends and even posted it on my Instagram page if you want to check that out. And this is another, let me just check which bird is this. So yeah, this is a ruby topaz hummingbird. It's actually a very small bird. It's looking very large on this page, but it's actually very beautiful, and I just cannot depict the beautiful colors nature have given to this bird. And I have tried to just color the bird as I saw in one of the pictures, but it was just so difficult to color this bird. I didn't have such beautiful colors in my palette. So moving on with this is something I did on a board, like the Skillshare class from Yasmin Creates. She did this food illustration series, like she teaches you there. So I have a sticker of this head of the cookie in my shop. If you want to check the stickers for that, you can definitely check that out. And this is another sketch I did for my shop. Like, I drew this sketch and I did a this digital version of this. So if you want a sticker or an art print of these cookie and the donut thing, to let me know. And there's the link of the shop of mine in the description box below if you want to check that out. And this is another one from what she taught in a class, in a Skillshare class. And I really like the way it has turned out. So these two pages were actually the most pathetic page of the sketchbook, and actually went in and covered it with the cardstock. It is actually, it comes with the those colored pages that are sold separately, like the scrapbook pages. And I actually cutted out the toned paper and stuck it there, and I just drew this mountain and fern sketch. I really love the way it has turned out. And yeah, and this is another, I think it's Ingrid. I drew it out of some bird photographer sketch on Instagram. And when I posted this sketch, even that photographer of whose reference I took, she actually liked and admired my picture. And from this time onward, I actually came to know that I actually love acrylic for its opacity and vibrancy. And I've actually used Fevicryl acrylic for this. I actually used like 3 coats of white to actually get this kind of opacity. And let me just show you how opaque I've made it. I've just layered it 3 times to make it so opaque. And I just love the colors of this bird. I think it's a very rare bird, and this photographer does really nice and amazing pictures. So I just had to draw this. And yeah, you can see there, white morph reddish ingrid. That's the full name of the bird. And moving on with the another food illustration, and I don't know why I did, but I was actually learning from her. She, and this is another class I did on how to draw cute people. I wanted to draw something for my comic, like the web comic series I'm doing. So I left this page blank. And yeah, you can see there, I've used rubbing alcohol. It's a scene from Italy, I think. Yeah, Spain, Italy, some Santorini, I think so. And I try to blend this upper part, you can see there, with rubbing alcohol. I've actually used Faber-Castell colored pencil, and it is not blended. I'm so like not happy with this Faber-Castell colors. Please do let me know if you have any like idea as to how to blend these colors. I don't know how to blend these colors, but so moving on with this sketch, I did this. So I did use watercolor for the greenery around, and you can see I did add a little bit of black and gray there. That's why it's looking dull. But I overall I love the vintage effect it has. Like, so this is again was inspired by a YouTuber artist, I would say. She is Mary Sanch. She works in a museum and she's an artist, and she does this wonderful dinosaur sketches and those earthy tone sketches. I just love the way she does her sketches, and I was really happy the way it has turned out. And you should definitely check out her page, like the YouTube page. You'll just love the way she draws. And there's my stored link. I just wrote it down because I tend to forget the link. And the two sketches you see there, so I've actually made these two digital sketches for my shop. I've actually made the digital version of it. If you want the stickers, you can check out the store. I've linked it down in the description box. And I actually draw the pictures and then convert it into digital sketches. If you guys want to know how I do that, you can definitely like comment down below. And this is again another picture I liked. I actually did a live drawing of this. I actually saw the pigeon looking at me, and I drew it the way it was looking. So yeah. Moving on with the next sketch. This is another one I did for my shop because I was not taking care of my shop, and I was not adding more prints to them. So I just added some more. And I've not converted these two into digital prints, but if you guys want, I can definitely put this adorable MacD French fries, and I think it turned out to be really nice. And you can see the date there, 26/9. I actually made this during the month of September, and there was such a gap. And there's that lime, that lemon that comes there during like Chhat Puja. Chhat is actually a festival in India, and those big lemons with white, like the pink inside, and the pineapple there. I think both of them turned out to be nice. I have prints of the lemon and not the pineapple. If you want the print of pineapple, do let me know. You have the comment section below. So this is actually, I wanted to make the milkshake look like a grown-up man with white frothy hair and those dark eyebrows, and you can actually play with the eyes, nose and eyebrows of a sketch and make it into a character of your own. And you see the different variations you get while changing the eyes, nose, and mouth. So this is again adorable sketch. I actually wanted to post it on Instagram, but I actually forgot. I don't know how. But you can see there a slice of pizza floating in his own sauce, and I felt like this turned out to be really nice, especially his expression. It looks so cute, and yeah, he's chilling out in a swimming pool of sauce. And yet again, I again wanted to try out some illustration at the end of the sketchbook. And I tried this from Pifa Arts. That's the name of her channel. She does amazing girl sketches, and you could check out her page definitely. She even has a shop for her prints. And there's this page on Instagram. I drew this lady in the bottom from a page on Instagram. That page is Next Visual Portrait. Yeah, and I actually used like a dot pen and then Faber-Castell color pencils for shading her, and that was just it. I just used the two things, and you can use that page, the Next Visual Portraits page, for like if you want references, you can definitely see that page. That page is really nice. And then again, these two pictures were really nice, like this girl holding sunflower, and these two models actually appreciated my sketch when I posted it on Instagram. And this was again another picture. I actually sent this picture to her, and I actually tagged her on Instagram, and she personally messaged me and thanked me for drawing this and coloring the whole version of it. And I was really happy that day that the person whom I have drawn is actually appreciating this. So this is again another one I did from that page, and but I didn't post it on Instagram because it was not looking like her. So I don't know why I didn't post it. I wanted to keep it for this sketchbook tour, I think. Maybe that might be the reason. And this is one of the most beautiful sketches I've done out of all the girl sketches. And I feel like you can use watercolor paper and make it look beautiful if you know how to shade areas. And I think this one turned out to be just so adorable and pretty, and I'm just in love with this sketch I did. And I think this I took a reference picture for this portrait. Yeah, I remember I took the picture from Next Visual Portraits page on Instagram. And yeah, so these are some amazing sketches you get to see in Sketchbook Tour. So you should definitely check out a Sketchbook Tour of other artists too. This is another one. I just saw this portrait of, and she didn't have actually blue eyeshadow. I actually painted it just randomly, and this is another sketch which I think turned out to be really nice. So do let me know if this sketchbook, which like which sketches you liked in this sketchbook, and I'll definitely reply to you guys. And So I've left these two pages blank, I think, yeah. And the last page is just a rough work. I was actually planning on starting a zine of mine, like a small booklet containing my sketches. That is what is called zine is called. And yeah, just some random comic book stuff I was drawing. And yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial, like sketchbook tour and some tutorial and tips kind of thing which I gave. And I hope this was helpful. Do let me know and do share this video. And if you want to see some of my secret sketchbook tours, you can definitely follow me on Instagram or Patreon. And yeah, and if you want to buy stuff from my shop, you can check out the description box below. And I hope this tour was helpful. And yeah, thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing. Bye bye.